Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, everybody. Welcome back to the Thursday live sale with the Islamic Kids Store. We are back again with some of our amazing bestsellers at great discounts. So let's begin. The first one that I have with me right in front of me is What to Say When. It's a fun dua learning card game. Now this product is from Learning Roots. As we all know, Learning Roots products are manufactured in they are from UK, and we have imported these products specially for all our lovely customers who wanted these products in India. Now this is a lovely card game. Let's see what it has in store for us. So first let's open it up. Firstly, it comes in this very sturdy box packaging. As you can see, the box is quite sturdy, so all these cards can be used and restored back again in this box itself. Now let's see the contents. What does it have? Firstly, it has the instruction manual, like how this game has to be played. Then we have a sticker sheet. So here you have all the lovely stickers that can be given to the child when he or she memorizes the dua. Then there is again a card, a game card, and then you have a contents card wherein every time the child memorizes a dua, you can just note down, or the child itself can just put a date across it. Like suppose he's memorized hearing thunder dua today, so he can write today's date, and whenever, so on and so forth. So it is like a good memory stuff. Whenever the child memorizes a dua, he just puts it down, so he also understands in how many days he has completed the memorization of all these duas. Now here comes the main thing. Now these are 27 dua cards. Okay, let's see how they are. So this is the dua card. On top, it is a colorful. There is a colorful illustration. Like suppose this is a dua while leaving home. So here you have the colorful illustration, and behind you have the entire dua written. What's interesting about it is we usually make our children learn duas, but how many times do we stress on the meaning on the dua, or what each and every word means? Now here the entire dua is broken down into smaller parts, and each word, almost 2 to 3 words, or each word are explained beautifully. Like Bismillah is in the name of Allah, Tawakkaltu ala Allah is I place my trust in Allah. So the child not only memorizes the dua, but he also understands what the entire dua means. So on for each and every dua card. Like this is for leaving home. There is a colorful illustration on the first page, like seeing something you like or dislike. So what do you say? When you see something that you like, what do you say? And if you dislike what you see, what do you say? So both the duas are given here beautifully. Also again, the dua for getting dressed up, whenever a person changes, the child changes clothes. So which dua he or she has to read along with the entire translation. Now see, all these duas, usually we do make our kids memorize these duas. But what happens during the course of time, some duas that are not much in use of the children, like the common ones, like going to the toilet, or eating food, before eating, after eating, these are the duas that are usually used. But there are many duas that are not very commonly used by the kids, like the dua for evening time. So here you have Allahumma bika amsayna wa bika asbahana. So this dua, what happens through this card game is the child also relearns, reaffirms all these duas. These are constantly in his practice when he is learning them through these cards, because this can also be played as a game. Like some kids can join in together, and the cards can be distributed, and looking at the picture, the child has to say the dua. So whichever child scores the most, says the most number of duas, he gets the most points. Or you can also play it with your child, wherein you just show him the card and ask him the dua. So it's a great memory game, as well as many children can join in and play it together. So here you have dua after eating, after the prayer, so on and so forth. For all, there are almost 27 duas. Also, the cards are really colorfully illustrated. They are laminated. They can be easily wiped clean. So the quality is very, very good. Now, this product is originally priced at rupees 2000, but at a discounted price it would be available only for rupees 1200. So it's a steal deal, 1250, sorry. And it's great for gifting also. Like you can gift it to your kids, or you can gift it to your relatives' kids or to your neighbors. So this is a lovely card game. The cards are really colorful, beautiful, and excellent way, I would say, for the kids to memorize all these duas in a fun way. So let's get on with the next product. The next one that I have with me is this book, lovely storybook, Gardens of Jannah. Now, as a mom, even I'm always on the lookout for good storybooks for my kids that are Islamic, as well as that they teach them good moral values. And I would suggest this is one that you should be holding, in your library of books for your kids. It's a beautiful book. Now, this is about a father and his two sons and their conversation on the way to the park. They are spending a day together, and what kind of a conversation do they have? So the conversation is all about Jannah. The father is telling them how Jannah is. All kids are excited to learn about Jannah, they want to know how the Jannat is, how is it, how do we get there? So this is a beautiful book on the description of the Jannah. The father, by way of Ahadith, by way of small short Ahadith, that small kids, younger kids can easily understand. Like there is this one Ahadith that there is a tree in Jannah that will be so big that if a rider travels under its shade for 100 years, he will not be able to surpass it. Now, such a beautiful hadith, like even when the children hear, and such a beautiful reaction of the child, like the child says that if the tree is so big, then how big the Jannat will be. So there are more such lovely ahadith that are mentioned in this lovely book about Jannah. Like it is something that no eye has ever seen, no ear has ever heard. Now, not only is the description of Jannah given here by way of a story, but also the father very, politely and nicely, he teaches them on ways in which you can get in Jannah. And the ways which are taught are not something that are very difficult. What ways he tells them are just simple ways which children can easily bring into practice. One such way is whoever says Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allah will plant a tree in Jannah for him. Now, such a lovely hadith this is as well. It's very easy for the children to say these three words, and the reward of this is so immense. So we are getting our kids to develop the habit of zikr from a very young age, by way of by telling them such kind of a hadith. So on, there are many lovely concepts that are mentioned. There are many lovely things, many lovely ahadith that are mentioned in this. So it's definitely worth a buy book, and definitely one that has to be in kids' library.